Random Stars, welcome to this week's video. Woo! Back in the Week of My Life video, I actually mentioned I was in a costume design class, and because of that, we did renderings for two plays, The Revolutionists and A Midsummer Night's Dream. I actually showed myself doing the renderings for Revolutionists, but I did not show you guys what I did for Midsummer Night's Dream. We actually had 8 main characters to do. We had to do Demetrius, Lysander, Herma, Helena, Natalia, Oberon, Puck, Bottom. We had to like draw all those 8 characters. But as you can tell by the title of this video, we didn't just have to do those renderings that I just mentioned. One of these characters I actually had to I had to sew them. And the one that I had to sew for class was this character called Titania. I already showed a picture of her, but I'll show you a picture of her like later on in the video probably. So y'all won't forget what I'm sewing. I don't want to show the final product, like the picture of it just yet. I'm going to show you a picture of what I'm going to sew later on in the video. Fortunately, I cannot show you guys what I did in person right now, because I actually had to give it back on May the 5th. That was a really sad day, like, giving up that sewing machine and the half-dress form, but, here's a clip of that. Yeah, like I said, that was kind of a sad day. Even though I was never the best at sewing, I kind of missed sewing. For what I did, it was a lot of fun. This costume was not the only thing I sewed actually. I actually sewed a bodice, a skirt, and yeah, that's pretty much all I sewed. And then finally it came time for the costume, which was really fun to do. It was really fun to do. And I can't wait to show you guys how I actually managed to like sew like this costume. Again, I wish I could like go to my dresser that was literally right by the couch and like grab it and be like, oh, this is the half-dress form, the costume and whatnot, but I can't do that because on May the 5th I had to give that thing back. But I will see it again sometime in October, because there's this event going on and I get to see it again there in October. This event is like this moon theme thing, so that's why we did A Midsummer Night's Dream. There's a bunch of moon references in it. Kind of a weird play because it's a Shakespeare play, so it has to be weird. But anyway, enough rambling on. We're gonna go back into the past so I can show you how I made Natalia's costume. So enjoy the video. Alright, now we got all the sewing stuff. We got all the sewing stuff. Got the dress form here, and then the sewing machine. And then I'm gonna use this fabric. So I'm gonna be using this. And this right here. Here's a picture of what I'm gonna try to do. Because of that, I got this blue fabric right here for the little cape thing she had. So I'm also gonna try to use these for the wings. But I don't know how it's gonna work, but we'll see. I'm gonna use this for the skirt. It's like this tape. And then I could have just got like 4 yards of fabric, like by itself, but I got 2 yards. Well, yeah. I'm gonna get more of the stuff out here, and I'm gonna actually film this with my GoPro, so y'all get like an in-depth view of the sewing, I guess. And then if there's a moment when I'm not recording, I might like insert me talking about my nightmares with the sewing machine. So with that being said, let's get started. Alright y'all, it's 2:14 and I gotta like present this thing at 3:45, so hopefully I finish before then. Usually when I sew I have my laptop out, but I don't want it out today. But today I'm gonna like time myself on my phone to see how long this thing is gonna take. And as I said, I'll be filming it with my GoPro, like most of it. So, with my GoPro, looks decent, I guess, on the GoPro. I don't know. Yeah, I guess it'll work. So yeah, I think I might start sewing. And I guess while I'm sewing, I could like talk about the sewing nightmares I had for this thing. Alright. Okay. I gotta thread this thing. So I gotta like go in here. If you can see it on the GoPro. I think I'm like the only one who's doing sewed like this. Alright. Anyway, I'm gonna like switch. Oh. Anyway, while I'm threading this thing, I'm gonna like talk about my sewing nightmares. Probably gonna reenact clips as I voiceover in it or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, the first nightmare happened like sometime when I first used this thing. I think it was like early October. Oh no, it was like early April, and I was getting ready to sew something, and I don't know why. I think I was trying to thread the bobbin. I thought I had to for some reason, and when I was doing that, I pressed too hard on the the sewing thing. It's called a, I don't know, but I did that, and yeah, that caused the bobbin door to like come out. Don't know if you can see this with the GoPro, but yeah, this thing right here, like it popped out, and this thing right here, it popped out like it's supposed to pop. At the time, I didn't know that I brought it, and I thought I broke this thing. All right, I thread it. I got this bottom. Alright, yeah, this is what it looks like when it's like popped out. Like, it's supposed to do that, but I didn't know. Like, but I didn't know. Like, it's supposed to be like this. But yeah, it like popped out and I like freaked out. Another thing that happened to this, and I'll show like a reenactment of this whenever I can film it. Probably not. But this thing is like the thread, I guess, was like somewhere right here and it got stuck on this. Yeah. Not good. I'm not gonna reenact that, but yeah. We have a little bit of time before I gotta probably reenact how I felt. And to get, oh, yeah. Alright. So, we're gonna get the bottom ready to go and then we'll get started. Alright. Oh. Right. Okay. See what I mean? This is difficult to get in. This is my last day with this thing. It's difficult to get in. Alright. Hey, that's how you get it. Ooh, 220. Shoot. Okay. And then make sure hear a click, which I'm not hearing. There we go. Sweet. It almost looks like that. Shut it. And get the thread back there. Alright. So machine's all ready to go. So now I'm gonna grab this. Might as well set bodice first. Alright. Probably only need one of these, but whatever. Alright. Whoa! Okay. This is big. Alright. We're gonna need to move this paper. And that's gonna get in the way. Alright. Gonna make a little bodice out of this. I think I need something. Bring it back. Alright, y'all. Now that the thread is ready to go, and now that I'm done telling you guys my sewing nightmares, I guess, it's time to get the bodice ready to go. I believe what I did was 11 inches long and 8 inches wide, something like that. Probably see the exact inches when I'm like actually doing it, but yeah, I'm actually doing the front part of the bodice first, and then the back. Alright, now we're gonna take these. Alright, I was like, my GoPro was not showing the best angle when I was pinned in the half-dress form, so that's why I switched camera angles. This is not really the best angle either, but with the pins I showed you guys, we're actually given the half-dress form acupuncture, I guess. I wish I could see this, but I actually pinned the neckline, the shoulders, something called a R-seamed or whatever, I don't know, and then the side seams and then like other stuff like that. So that's what I'm doing right now. I actually have no idea what happened with the remainder of this clip, but it cut off like at the end, but I actually drew out the dress, and after that, I started cutting it. I think when I said cut, I think the GoPro said, like, I think the GoPro wanted me to, like, stop the video or something. I don't know. I have voice control on my GoPro, so I think I should, like, turn it off. But, yeah, I think that's the real reason why I cut off. But, yeah, right now I'm cutting the bodice, at least the front of the bodice. Alright, now I'm doing the same thing that I did to the front, to the back. I'm cutting out a piece of fabric that is the same length as the front, and then I'm taking it onto the half dress form, and I'm doing the acupuncture to it again. And then after acupuncture, I take it off, and then I draw out the dress. And of course, cut it out. And now it's time to sew the bodice. The first thing I sewed, I believe, was the shoulders, and then I sewed the side seams. And then after that, I tried to make sure the bodice actually fit. It was actually too tight, unfortunately, and this happened. Since the bodice was too tight, I'm actually using seam rippers to, I guess, fix the issue, with the seam, like the side seams. Like, I think that's what made it too tight or whatever. So I'm doing that, and, I'm trying to, put it on the half dress form to see if it fits because of what I'm doing, and it actually ended up fitting because of this. And then that is me finishing the bodice. Alright, finished the bodice. Does not look great, but whatever. It's gonna be covered up by this stuff right here and the cape. I think the next longest thing is actually the wings. Probably not, but we'll see. Actually, I should probably, gotta figure out how I'm gonna do this fabric. I'm just gonna sew it on the bodice like this. I have to like go right here or down to the skirt, so. Alright. That was... Before I sewed the cape on the bodice, I actually decided to do the wings. So now I'm drawing out the wings. The GoPro was not recording this part, but when I was cutting out, it was. So after I was done drawing the wings out, I started to cut out the wings. This is actually filmed on my GoPro, and it's actually a time lapse. So. Like, the rest of the video is actually a time-lapse, it's hard for some of the angles of the GoPro, yeah, I didn't think the angles would be like that, but, you can still kind of see me work, but, anyway, we're cutting the, wings. It was kind of hard to cut because of the paper, but after that, as y'all saw, I did go to the kitchen to get a cup of water, and I'm actually using that cup of water for watercoloring. I actually color with the color blue, as you'll see me do in a few minutes. I then cut out the piece of fabric for the skirt, and then I cut out the piece of fabric for the cape. And then after I cut out the piece of fabric for the cape, I actually took the bodice and the cape and I sewed it together at the shoulders, and then after that, I put galaxy tape on the on a piece of fabric I cut out on a dress form, because I didn't feel like sewing a skirt, so I thought I'd be creative and actually use tape for the skirt. So yeah. Putting the tape around the fabric actually took a bit. It actually took a few minutes to do, but then after that I was trying to put the wings on the dress form. I didn't know where the hot glue was, so when I did this, I actually used a bunch of tape. It stayed on, but it took a few minutes. I haven't seen the dress form since May 5th, so hopefully the wings are still on it when I see it again in October. But then after the wings, I was done. Alright, y'all, we just finished fairy costume. I was supposed to get in at like 3:45, but like it's 4:07. And my phone says it took me an hour and 39 minutes to do this. And with a GoPro, it said that the Bodice like took 30 minutes, so I'm gonna say it took me 2 hours to do this whole thing. So I'm gonna hurry up, turn in everything, and then I'm gonna come back, clean this, and then if it's not class time yet, then I'm gonna like probably talk a little more. I don't know. But yeah, this is the final thing. I'm gonna show you guys it on the GoPro. Alright, this is what it looks like right here. Oh yeah. Woo! I wanted to hot glue the back, but I ended up using tape. As you can see right there. But yeah, it is done. Sweet. And okay, let's move this out of the way. As I said, I'm gonna like turn on the pictures real quick and then clean up, and then hopefully class hasn't started yet. I think it still starts at regular time, but I don't know. But I'm gonna go find out, and yeah. Alright, y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. As y'all saw, making this costume took like an hour and like 30 minutes to do. Really happy it didn't take me like really long. Like an hour is still kind of long, but like when I did the stage makeup, I also timed myself, and yeah, one of those took me 6 hours to do. Like, what the heck? Really glad that this does not take me that long, because that, like, the day I did it was the actual day it was due. So I had other homework to do. But yeah, that's all I got for this video. I hope you enjoyed the costume that I made and all the work I did with it. Kind of wish we did costumes for another play. But we actually did these costumes for the moon event that I was talking about in the beginning of the video. So I guess that's why we did it. So yeah, with that being said, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and don't forget to keep on signing. Bye!